The new social web is based around the ability to easily share interesting articles and other content with your friends across multiple platforms. To make it as easy as possible for your readers to share your stories with the world, wordpress.com offers a function called sharing, in which you can add simple share buttons to your posts and pages. For sharing to work, you must have search engines enabled under privacy. So if you don't already have that, go to Settings, Privacy, and check the first one. I would like my site to be visible to everyone. Click Save Changes. And now we can activate sharing. Under Settings, select Sharing. And here you have all the different sharing options you can add to your site. You simply grab whatever function you want. Let's say I want Twitter, and Facebook, and Dig. As I add them in this Enabled Services area, I also get a live preview underneath that shows what they will look like. As you can see, the tweet button has this counter next to it, and there's a drop-down on the Twitter that if I click, I can turn on and off Use Smart button. If I turn it off, you'll see I just get a button that says Twitter, and if I turn it back on again, I got this counter. This is important because Twitter doesn't always work all that well, so if you have the smart button activated and Twitter doesn't feed the information about how many tweets are actually tweeted, this number might be 0 even though it shouldn't be. Or even worse, if people don't use the correct URL when they share your post, it might look like no one has shared your post on Twitter even though they really did. So you have to be careful with whether or not you want to use this function. I like it though, it looks really cool. The same function appears for Facebook. If you drop it down, you can set it to the default button, share button, or you can set it to a like button. The like button links directly to the like feature in Facebook. For Dig, you also have a smart button function that just looks different. Overall, I have to say, I really like the default buttons, except for the Twitter function. In addition to these regular buttons, you also have this extra area here that says services dragged here will be hidden behind a share button. For instance, if you want to enable the print function, you can drag it into the share button along with email and Reddit and the rest of them. And they will then appear under the share button when you hover over it. That means you can add a lot of features even though you have very little space. Below the button functionality, you also have some more functionality. You can set the default button style. You can set the sharing label. Right now it says share this, but you can change it to something else, like sharing is cool. And you can set whether or not you want to open the links in the same window or a new window. Always set it to new window. And where you want the buttons to show. By default, they only show up on posts, but you might want to show them on index pages and pages as well. When you set it up the way you want it to, you can click Save Changes. And when we now go to one of our posts and reload it, you'll see we have all these buttons underneath, and you can click them to activate new services. There is one final feature to this that's really cool. If you go to an already existing post, so we'll go to Posts, and click Edit. All the way at the bottom here, you now have this extra function called Likes and Shares. Here you can select whether or not you want those buttons to appear or not. If you uncheck the Show Sharing buttons on this post and save it, when we reload the page, you'll see that the sharing buttons are gone. That only means that they're gone for this particular page, not for all the pages on the site. So this gives you very detailed control over where you want the sharing buttons to appear and how they want to appear. And like with everything else on WordPress, you can always change it. Enabling your readers to easily share your posts with their friends through email and social networks is a great way to add usability to your site and get new readers at the same time. The built-in sharing feature in wordpress.com makes it easy to add the most common social networks including Twitter, Facebook, and Dig, and also allows you to add custom sharing options if you like.